got Dwayne with us.
Woo! Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
We gave you a shout out for your birthday last
week,
though.
We on the episode, so.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
So, 2 weeks ago, yeah, exactly 2 weeks from today. Well, we're here.
Yeah.
And more bullshit has happened.
Yeah, it has.
Oh my god.
Shall we drink shit?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Toast to this.
Facts.
Clink, clink, clink. There we go. All right. Christmas cheer all in all. Excuse me. Holiday cheer.
Thank you.
Let's, I'm on a big South Park kick, so PC Principal.
Oh my god. The new season's so good.
I started watching it. I barely stared watching it. So fucking. I just finished the Tegrity Farms.
Yeah. Hope you didn't pack your integrity.
Is it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu, yeah.
Okay.
And it's uncensored too, so fucking.
Gotta check it out.
They update it every week. So
it's so good. I'm laughing hysterically. Butters and the Priest.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I haven't seen it.
So
I haven't
good.
seen it. I'm gonna watch it.
Well, there's a priest,
and
he's with Butters.
like sexually.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went
It's
to.
what the world thinks.
Right.
But really, they're just homies. They just play games.
There's really good homies.
Yeah. Played Scrabble.
So it was a Catan. I don't know.
I guess I can skip that episode then.
Right. Yeah, that was the whole plot.
Yeah,
Just
it really was.
Priest and Butters. No, but no. Speaking of PC, last episode we talked about Rudolph and fucking Baby It's Cold Outside and the fact that the songs are all fucked up and the movie's apparently the worst and this bullshit. Now people want a fucking gender neutral Santa Claus.
All right, and so everyone's waiting for the teach to be like on board with that, right? I'm sure because I'm usually SJW. But yeah, that's insane. it's Santa Claus. Like that's just. I mean, it's Santa Claus. I don't.
And then there's Mrs. Claus.
There's Mrs.
Boy and
Claus.
girl.
And it's just an old story. Like, what's to change? Like, if you want a gender neutral, holiday Christmas figure, like make one. But Santa Claus is Santa Claus. Like.
It's like don't and because what kind of stuck out with me when I saw something online was that somebody pointed out that hey like apparently the whole modern age thing these whole PC people or whatever they're saying don't force gender norms on little kids, don't project your stuff on these little kids, but it's like trying to create a gender neutral Santa Claus for kids is like that's kind of forcing them to worry about male and female genitalia.
I don't know.
It's like, so this is somebody that's gonna, give you gifts, but don't worry, they don't have a dick or a vagina. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like, now the kid's gonna be like, what do they have? Like, they shouldn't be worried about Santa's genitals.
It's like, now I gotta worry about dicks and vaginas, and I didn't really care about those before.
Exactly.
I don't know, it's kind of like, oh, reindeer, they need to be unicorns. Like, why? Why change it? That makes no fucking sense.
That's
like,
it. Just people want stuff to gripe about. They just want stuff to gripe about. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all the modern age is.
I mean, I was talking to Mrs. Cheech the other day, too. She was like, I'm kind of pissed off at America. And I was like, why? She was like, there's just always something fucking new. There's always some new thing that's pissed off about, that we need to be concerned about. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And honestly, I'm on the side of... But at the same time, being able to do that, it's like a very American... You know what I mean? Like, just being able to do that, just...
Being able to have American. A stance is American.
We can bitch about any little stupid thing because we just kind of got it like that. And so that you got to step back and look at it like
we don't have real problems, so we make up problems.
Right, exactly.
Like
first world problems, yeah.
Like Santa genitalia.
Santa genitalia.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're not starving.
I just always thought he had candy cane down there. I didn't even realize.
Candy cane and a couple Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah, and a couple Hershey's Kisses.
Fucking man.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, fucking, and then the fact that they don't want to, and I saw this one. This wasn't incorporated with it, but I saw like another sub comment of it. It was that apparently Santa shouldn't have elves either because that promotes child slavery. I'm just like,
yeah, that's just. I mean,
you don't know that they're children though.
Exactly, right? They're midgets.
Elves could be like 500 years old.
They're mystical.
Yeah.
They're mystical.
I don't know. That's just adding
child slavery.
Yeah, that's insane.
I don't know.
If you
that's not even
it that way.
If you teach it like these elves are children and they're fucking making your toys, like no, and then so which brought up another thing I saw. It was like this whole Facebook thread was just a bunch of nonsense. So then that said, and then so somebody else posted, well, when it comes to Christmas gifts and gifts being from Santa, don't put the iPhones and the iPads and the stuff like that as from Santa. Make those from you, the mom or the dad. Because then that, if the kids go back to school and say, well, look what Santa brought me. They brought me the new Game Boy or the new whatever. And then
that's an old one.
And then the other kids, the poorer families, and you say oh, well, Santa gave me socks or a T-shirt. It's like teaching that Santa doesn't like poor people.
Well, he
doesn't. So.
I've heard that one before. That's an older one, and actually, I kind of agree with that in the sense that because it's not hard to one to realize. Some family that's just being kind of mindful and conscientious of we got you this. Put your name on the nice stuff, and the Santa stuff should always. Honestly, I never did the whole Santa thing. We didn't when. Santa came down and brought presents, but they were all for my parents. My cousin, he used their side of the family would do he would get the presents from our family Christmas Eve, and then they'd get one present from Santa Christmas Day. Right? And we never played that. Anyways, I just don't think it's that hard of a thing. And that is kind of something that's oh, okay, maybe that would be kind of shitty for a kid to go and be yeah, Santa got me socks, so we're poor, and oh, I got an Xbox. Well, fuck, Santa.
I think that's just, I was no.
I
it doesn't matter.
Actually, in the same sense, I'm not gonna raise my kids to believe in Santa. I'm gonna tell them oh, there's this fairy tale about this fat man, and we pretend it's a fun game. So when you get a gift from Santa, because it's tradition, it's from Santa, but it's really from me.
Man,
but
see, I stopped believing in Santa at a very young age. My brother and sister kept believing in Santa for the longest time. When I was in middle school. And so I think the only gift I remember getting from Santa was...
still believes in Santa.
Oh, wow.
He's not real?
No. Oh, no. Shocking revelation.
The fuck, dude?
Dwayne, look away. Just stop
look away from your words?
Yes.
Turn your ears the other direction.
You're not spelling anything.
No, the only gift... The only gift I remember getting from Santa was just X-Men on VHS, the first X-Men movie. And I was thanks, Santa. And the next year, forgot Santa even existed.
I think my parents were so fucking egotistical, they could not put Santa's name on the shit they gave me. I got you this, bitch. You better realize.
See this teach? I bought it for you.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets worse the worse you act every year. Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know. Oh, shit.
I was taught at a very early age that, Santa wasn't real.
I'm all for that.
Because I was taught that he was more of an idea.
Jesus.
Yeah, kinda. You know what I mean? That it was just the idea of giving. You know what I mean? Of giving a gift.
Yeah.
For a person. It wasn't oh, there's a bunch of elves and they make toys, and if you're good or bad determines what you're gonna get, or blah blah blah. It wasn't like that. It was more just the idea that, well, you care about this person, therefore you give them a gift. You know what I mean? On this day. And I was told that at a very early age, maybe third grade or something like that. Because Santa didn't make sense to me. I questioned Santa a lot. We didn't have a chimney. You know what I mean? So I was how the fuck's he getting in the house? You know what I mean? How was he getting in here?
Well, if you watch the Tim Allen,
and that's not okay.
You realize
exactly that was something, because I've never had a chimney at the part one. We lived in an apartment. I was born and stuff, and then we moved into a house. I didn't have a chimney, so I would ask my parents. I was wait, because I remember the one Christmas I was how did Santa bring these gifts for all of us here? Mm-hmm. I was how did Santa fit in a bike for Celine, my sister? I was we don't have a chimney. So no, my dad would be well, he would knock on the door for the houses don't have chimneys, and we let him in. I was Dad, I was up late. Nobody knocked on the door.
Yeah.
God damn it, Trey. God damn it, David.
Yeah.
You take me around. Dude, just go along. I'm well, Dad, well, how? Santa, what?
Yeah. And so kids, especially nowadays, I think are really hip to it with with internet and everything. It's easy. So it's that narrative is why are we even pushing it? It's the concept. It's the concept of giving. It's an allegory. Giving. It's an archetype of this person that was so generous. We should still talk about it and have the story of Santa Claus and Christmas and blah blah. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna really push.
I was I don't think
it's Santa, kids. He came. No.
I don't think I want to even acknowledge Santa as a person. Until the kids are who's this fat guy in a red suit, and be oh, it's Santa Claus. Who's Santa? If you're naughty or nice, he brings you gifts, or if you're naughty, you get coal. I'll probably do that. I'll just. Yeah. But it's if they don't believe in him, they're oh, cool, or if they're just whatever, and be oh,
I really like the story of Santa Claus. I love it. Before we lost all our ornaments, I had the Santa topper for the tree.
Really?
Was always I love, man, when my grandfather has he collects like Santa Clauses like for like he has all his fucking Santa Clauses for Christmas. So I've always really liked like that archetype of Santa Claus. So I plan on teaching my kids early about
Dwayne,
Santa
calm
Claus.
down. Quit barking.
Is that...
Well, I'm getting worked up. You guys just told me Santa wasn't real a week before Christmas.
Dude, for real, it's a fucking week before Christmas.
my
Jesus
goodness.
Christ.
Yeah, and it's like 65 degrees outside. So
Yeah.
I'm in fucking shorts.
Yeah. Seriously.
I washed my car yesterday.
Fucking, if we have any viewers, if our fan from Delaware is listening, he's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
freezing his
We
balls
have
off.
this one.
We don't have winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter, what?
We don't
What is
acknowledge.
It's just a wonderland.
Hey, you know what? I could use a break.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week you're the jerk of the week. Jerk.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since
Yeah.
I had one of these. I always feel bad though, because you haven't had a jerk in a long time.
I'm a Buddhist. It's kind of...
It's like, I feel like I'm just like a grumpy old man, because it's like every week I got something new to gripe about.
I feel like I
Some
probably
good
do, but I
people.
forget. I forget. Like I'll have one throughout the week, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this, and then I forget about it because it's probably petty.
It's probably petty. Well,
I'm
yeah.
really petty throughout the week. I forget about it.
You need to remember now.
If I remember it, we'll do it again.
All right. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, so I got a jerk of the week. So as you guys may or may not know, I do Lyft on the side. Whenever I'm in a bind for cash, I do a couple rides in Lyft if I got enough gas or whatever. So, and of course, as you may know as well, we're going to EDC in May. We're going to Vegas again for the Big Ray Festival. So with the tickets, it's because we're doing VIP too, so it's like almost $1,000 for the ticket. So, but EDC does a monthly payment plan. If you buy them the minute they go on sale, you can do monthly payments. So VIP, it's $119.99 a month. Not $120, $119.99 is the exact amount that it is every month. So anyway, so I had enough money. I was like, okay, I just have enough because it came out on this Monday. So I checked my bank account. I had my YouTube Premium monthly payment. It came out on Sunday for some reason, which I was like, what? So then I only had $103 in my bank account. And I was like, shit! And this was like 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, I need like $17. So I was like, okay, fuck it. You know, I put some gas, got dressed real quick, and went and did Lyft late at night, Sunday night. So I was like, okay. Made the money, but the last guy I gave a ride to, one, you could tell he was a stoner because he got in the car and just reeked of weed.
Fucking stoners.
You know, it's fucking, but it's just like, because that scent just stays in my car. And I'm not a weed smoker, so that scent doesn't smell good to me. I'm just like, So not only did he reek, and I was just like, okay, whatever. So I dropped the guy off, and, you know, and I'm just like, okay, you know, like, oh, well, like, here you go, you know, have a good one, you know, be safe tonight, whatever. He's like, oh, thanks, man. So, you know, he kind of gets out, and I hear him go like, oh, man. And, like, he gets out of the car, but I thought, like, he was like, oh, like, he almost tripped or something, right? Didn't even pay any mind to it. Didn't care about it. So I drive a little bit down because he lives on a cul-de-sac, so I'm just going to take a little turnaround. I'm just like, oh, the dude farted in my fucking car. He farted as he was getting out of my fucking car. I was like, you fucking cocksucker.
That's fucked up.
He fucking farted in my car.
Crowd dusted you.
He was like, fuck this guy. And he's like, you know, and just dropped a dookie, you know, a little Duke nugget, you know, in my fucking car.
That's
I was
how you
like,
get pink eye. For sure.
for real. I was like, what the fuck? He did tip me $3. So I was like, yeah, you fucking out. He probably was like, damn, I just
Should've been $5.
destroyed that fucking car. So he was like, oh,
There's
thank
another
you.
$250 for it.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking go down to the wash tub real quick. And, but yeah, I was like,
Got your next car wash.
right?
That's fucked up.
I was like, God, dude, it smelled. And then his ganja smell was still reeking in my car too. So it was just ass and
Yeah, that's not a good
ass and skunk.
Skunk shit in your fucking car.
Dude,
skunk
for
shit,
real.
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
dude,
like,
fucking feels bad.
fucking, that fart was just right off the turd. Like, you just know it was like a rolling, just right off the fucking, oh, God. So that was my main jerk of the week.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's just so disgusting. So
Yeah.
common courtesy, you know what I mean? But, so my half jerk, I mentioned, I have a jerk and a half right before we started recording. We went to the Spurs game last Thursday. We went to the throwback night or whatever, because it was $10 tickets. $10 for a Spurs ticket?
yeah.
That's badass. And you get a free t-shirt. That's the main reason why I went. Is just because I wanted a free T-shirt. Because I don't have any Spurs shirts. So I was like...
It's kind of hard to be a Spurs fan right now. I'm a Spurs fan. Right
I was like, they're not doing too hot. But that game, they kicked ass. We played the Clippers. We fucking badass. So we get to our seats, and there's these two old white ladies sitting in our chairs.
The worst.
Right. White people fucking suck. So there's two old white ladies in our chairs. And, we walk up and we're like, oh, hey, these are our seats. Leslie's in front of me because we got seats 1 and 2 coincidentally. So it's like right there in the fucking aisle. So ladies are like, oh, okay, no problem. Like they move. They don't cause a scene. They don't get all uppity or whatever. They move. But, like if you've ever been to a Spurs game where they give out free shirts, they put the shirts on the chair. So they move and there's no shirts there. And so I say really loud, they took our fucking shirts. I was like, they took our fucking shirts. And the ladies are kind of looking because they have a bunch of shirts in their hands. And I was like, they took our fucking shirts. And Leslie's like, what? I was like, babe, they stole our fucking shirts. They were in our seats and they took our fucking shirts. And Leslie was like, no, babe. Like, because I guess the way they sat down, they kind of pushed the shirts down. So their shirts were like in like the kind of the crack of the seat. She was like, no, babe, our shirts are right here. I was like, oh, okay. And I sat down. I was just like... So they didn't steal it, but it's just
so
like...
you were the jerk.
I was just like, what the fuck? But no, they shouldn't have been sitting in our seats to begin with. That's not their fucking chairs.
Sure.
And plus, because, with them sitting
That's
down...
That's not a jerk if I've ever heard one, for sure.
Exactly. Because with them sitting down, they scooted with their asses our shirts into the crack of the seat and then sat on our shirts. So I had an ass shirt.
Yeah, you got a dirty shirt.
Yeah, so I got double the ass over the weekend. And not in the good way.
I guess I got... Okay, here's my jerk of the week. It's for the past fucking year, too, but on Monday, too. So I have this dentist, right? I have bad teeth, right? Since we started this, I've had fucking teeth problem. It's been over a year now that we've been doing this?
It's been almost 2 years. It's definitely...
Really?
We hit a year back in September.
Yeah. So, okay. Anyways, so I go to this new so I guess this is 2, because my mom's part of it. So I go to Alliance, the first, back in the day type of shit, right? Mm-hmm. Where I had teeth problems and I just had to get something taken care of because blah, blah, blah. And, you go to Alliance and they just take care of it. Like, I was there.
Alliance over on Culebra?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So I go there, it was this one, and they took it, right? Because and he was just like, you know what? He goes, honestly... I could try to save the tooth, but honestly, it'll probably crack because it's so far gone. If you're okay with it, I'm just going to pull it. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, just pull it. We're good. Gucci. It all took care of that day, like within an hour. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, just thank God.
They helped me out because this tooth right here is fake. And I had an emergency. And,
we talked about it.
Yeah, and so it's like I needed a root canal.
It was fucking at night too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And fucking all randomly, I was just like, Mm-hmm. So the next morning, I was like, I have it. They were like, yeah, we got you. Like, let's take X-rays. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. And they took X-rays. It saw it was an abscess. They did some little thing. They gave me some medicine. They're like, hey, on 2 days, you're coming in for a root canal. Okay, and then fucking took care of it just like that.
So Alliance, the way their practice is they have like a shit ton of dentists in there, like at least 5 or something, right?
They're stacked.
They're stacked. So it's really expensive though. So like the time I went, I think I spent like $500, right? And it was just using care credit. And so anyways, that like Christmas or Thanksgiving, I'm telling the story about it, and my mom's like, you fucking idiot, like why would you pay that much? You can find someone a lot cheaper. Go to this dentist, they hook it up, it's super cheap. And I'm like, well, Mom, like I just had to get it done. I just was there. I mean, they took care of it. I paid. It's like, well, don't fucking do that stupid anymore. Like, here's the new dentist. You need to go to them. Just totally berating me like in front of the fan. Like, I'm just a piece of shit.
Like for a
going to Alliance. Yeah. So I'm like, God damn, okay. So I go to this fucking dentist. So the first time I go, this was earlier in the year. I had toothache again because I don't go until they fucking hurt.
You don't go till you're like in tears.
Yeah. So I go and it's my wisdom teeth, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't do extractions, so you're gonna have to go to this extraction place, blah blah blah." So I have to still pay $50 just for her to tell me that she can't do shit. Right? It's an examination. The extra. I had to pay for X-ray. It was more than 50. I had to get all the X-rays. Blah blah blah.
Such a scam.
So right, and she's like, "It's just her. It's just her practice." So whatever, I get the extraction, I get all my wisdom teeth, that's good, that's fine. But now, like, all the other work that I've been putting off, now another one hurts where I need to get it done. So I schedule for Monday, and she goes, oh, I told you to come earlier, like, what happened? I'm like, well, I can't afford it. Like, you know, I had to pay $600 to get all my wisdom teeth taken out, so I've been paying off my care credit. Now I'm back to get taken care of. And she's like, yeah, well, I can't do it. You're gonna need a root canal, and I don't do root canals here either.
No, bro.
And I'm like, oh my god. And so now I had to pay just the $50, and she gave me a prescription for like the Tylenol 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm taking. But I'm like, how many times I've seen this fucking dentist that my mom fucking made me go to that she can't do shit about it. Like twice now that I've gone this year, she has not done it, and I've paid her at least fucking $600 now.
She's probably not a dentist. She's probably a vet. She's probably just like,
for real.
yeah, here's some Tylenol.
Yeah, no shit. So she's my jerk of the week, and my mom, I guess, because if I would have went to Santa Alliance, I bet you I'd be fine right now. Like my teeth would be all taken care of.
Just go back to Alliance.
Yeah, I know. I probably should.
And just don't tell your mom.
Yeah, no shit.
Right? Yeah, you fucking idiot.
But it is a lot cheaper. It is a lot fucking cheaper when you go. Sure, I mean, if she were to do like, so Mrs. Teach though, we even her, so she had to get crowns put in, and 2 of them, right? And so they put the temporaries, and this was like a week before Thanksgiving, and so they were like, hey, you know, just don't eat, like, don't be chewing gum, don't be eating gummies, because those temporaries they'll pull, because we got to make the crowns, right? So that comes in a week. And, like, the next day, they fucking fall out. And she was... Or, like, the day before... 2 or 3 days before Thanksgiving, they fall out. And she's like, I have no fucking teeth there. Like, you know, they're just nubs. So she calls them. And they're like, oh, they were like, yeah, if you come in early, we'll just put them back in. We'll do the cement. And then on Thanksgiving, they fall off again. And then she has it for the next week. So I'm like, this dentist is garbage, but she's fucking cheap is the problem. But... yeah, I'll probably still stay because it's cheap. It's cheap, yeah.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
so,
no kidding, but that's all I can afford.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you. That's why I don't go to the doctor. Like, I don't go to the doctor. I haven't gone to the dentist since this situation, because then, like, after they put this one in, they're like, well, we actually notice you have, like, you know, stuff that could develop into cavities. Sure. And they put this whole, like, game plan for me. It was going to be, like, $13,000. Yep. And told I was like, yeah, no, I came because I couldn't sleep at night because of this fucking thing.
And now I'm good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and I didn't have to, the most I paid was $60, and that was just because we hadn't met our deductible for the dental insurance.
Yeah.
And I was like,
dental, yeah.
And then the dental coverage took care of everything else, so I was like, yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah.
I haven't been to the dentist since fucking middle school.
Yeah.
I don't like the dentist at all.
Who fucking does?
Don't like it.
I
won't go.
It's the worst fucking thing.
And none of my teeth hurt. So until they do, I'm not.
Well, that's the reason. I
knock on wood, bro.
Not gonna go.
Yeah.
Until they start hurting, and hopefully they don't hurt ever.
See, I was like, I only have one fucking molar in my mouth because like fucking soda rotted my fucking molars and fucking giving me cavities and shit. So it's like, but yet I can't stop drinking soda.
Well, and then me too. So I drink regular soda, but I don't really drink a lot of soda throughout the day. I drink a lot of soda at night with my alcohol, but even then I always drink diet, and I always thought, oh, well, I'm doing good. One, because I'm not drinking all the calories, I drink so fucking much. And it's the sugar that rots your teeth, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, it's the carbonation.
Yeah, it's like, it's the acidity in the soda.
So, I've been fucking up my mouth.
Yeah,
I still do.
The acid rots your enamel first, and that's kind of like your...
It's so good, though.
Barrier. Yeah,
it is super good.
So good.
I have a rotty like, this tooth has like a gnarly crack in it, too.
Oh, wow.
It
just
don't
like,
as long as it don't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
like, you can actually like visibly see it.
Okay, yeah.
And there's like my nail can fit in it. It's a big fucking crack.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hurts. I fucking bag it.
Yep.
Bag it, dude.
Until you get a blood infection, that's.
I hope that doesn't happen. That would fucking suck.
Yeah. So that's my jerk of the week too. So there you go. I got one.
Good. Dwayne?
I don't, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty chill week. It's been a pretty chill week.
He's like, you guys are my jerks.
Right.
Just been chilling at home, working, playing video games. So
living the life.
Yeah, there's no time for anybody to be a jerk to me.
Right. Man, fucking, I don't know. I want to say Teach is a jerk, because he said the new Thank You Next song isn't a bop, or isn't a good song.
No, it is a bop, but yeah, okay. Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, I think it's fucking
Thank you
stupid.
Next.
It is a bop though, so like I got used to it now. If it comes on, I'll listen to it.
Dude, she's so fucking hot in the music video though.
And I love Ariana
Oh my
Grande.
God.
Like, yeah, she's fucking awesome.
Fucking
she's hot as shit. That's my girl.
banging.
But I just think that fucking. So like a relationship is supposed to be, you know, it's a give and take always. You know, you always you're never perfect. So like Right, but this song perpetuates the thing that you are perfect and you learn from all the stupid people you date. That's what I get from it. Like, oh, I learned how to be better me, and like I'm just using like these guys like cartridges. Like, you know, she says it through a song like blah blah blah. I learned this, but now it's me. Next, because the next one's gonna make me better too. Next, right? The next one's gonna be better, but then like I'm moving on. Also,
we're just gonna say thank you to Malcolm.
And I just imagine all these fucking stupid girls right now that. Meanwhile, that are all talk trash about all the their relationships, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, they suck as a person. But now they're like Ariana Grande's like
saying no, be grateful for your exes,
them, like verifying them, like oh yeah, like I just got to keep dating and like find their flaws because that'll teach me about better and I can move on. Like it's just dumb.
No, I don't care for the song. I mean, it's just a typical cheesy girly song, about love and whatnot, whatever. I just hate the fucking music video and that everyone fucking it became one of the highest viewed videos in its first 8 hours of being on. It had over 20 million views in its first 8 hours of being on. Forever fucking existing. 20 million people watched it.
Yeah.
20 million fucking clicks.
I
I watched it because I was like, let me see what all the fucking hype is about. The music video is just ripping off Mean Girls, Bring It On, 13 Going on 30.
See it. Yeah, Mr. Cheech showed it to me. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's just like, you're just taking things that are popular
yeah.
and putting yourself in it to be funny. It's like,
You know what? It was a pretty good video.
What I will say...
It was yeah, it was nostalgic because it was all like the old.
Honestly, I just don't like her music. Honestly, I really don't. I don't mind like her as like a person or a personality or whatever. She's gorgeous as shit. She's got an amazing voice. She's definitely talented, but I don't like her music.
Like her genre
it doesn't do anything.
I like her music.
I can't think of any song where I'd be like.
I mean, it's pure pop. It's just pop.
Yeah. I don't like pop.
Yeah,
I mean, like at all. That's it's just not what I listen to.
The only thing that I thought was cool about the music video was the fact that she got the guy that played Aaron Samuels from Mean Girls.
Oh yeah.
And he still looks fucking young, so he did his stuff.
Right.
Fucking they got Jennifer Coolidge from Legally Blonde, the chick that works at the hair salon or whatever. Which she's just old as shit. So it was just like, so I was like, okay, that's cool. They got like cameos.
It was nostalgic.
And she brought out well, I was like, I don't know, it was like the fact that you had to use Mean Girls and those famous girl power movies to prove a point. I was like, come up with your own shit. I was like, I don't know, that bothered me because it just plays to that whole like, oh, remember the easier times? Oh, remember when things were so
exactly
simple?
what she would. Yeah, that's exactly what she did.
Fuck off.
Pandering.
Yeah.
Pandering. You're a pandering.
Old school
her
pandering.
And, Kanye on Twitter though. That was kind of funny.
I didn't see that. I'm ignoring that because people are bashing my baby Kanye. And I don't like it.
God, he's a piece of shit.
I
Although
love
Kanye.
I love Kanye so much.
I love him.
I hate Kanye. I like his music though. That's what's hard. Every time his music comes out, I'm like, fuck, this is good. But I fucking hate Kanye. Like, I hate him.
See, I love him as a musician. I could care less about what he does. It's like, if he thinks slavery was an option, cool, make a banger about it then. Like, like fucking put out some heat. I'm still waiting for fucking his new album, Yandhi. I'm still waiting for it. Where is it, Kanye? Kanye!
Fighting with Drake.
Where's Yandhi? Yandhi!
Yeah.
I like Kanye, and I don't know.
As a person?
Yeah, he cracks me up. I think he's funny. Honestly, like I don't take him very serious.
This is fame, bro.
Like,
I just don't let what he says bother me.
Who's like that get that level of fame and that doesn't have like a crazy moment or like kind of like a few screws loose.
Like 5 years.
He was also misdiagnosed as like schizophrenic for like 3 years and was taking medication for that. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that's like...
he's not.
Yeah, but like still, like, you know what I mean? Like, you went this long...
Well, he is bipolar.
I mean, he wasn't though. It was a mixed diagnosis.
Well, no, on his new album, he said he was bipolar.
He just like said like not even that long ago that he wasn't.
I like his music. I can't deny it. But if it comes on, it's good shit. Sure.
I think there's certain things
that
like...
it's different. His music and himself... are different to me. I can listen to his music and enjoy it. I read his tweets just because they're funny in the sense that this guy's insane, and I just don't like it.
Oh yeah.
I also follow Donald Trump, and I love reading his tweets because he's fucking insane. I fucking hate Donald Trump too.
Smocking gun.
He's insane. Smocking. He always fucking he spelled border BOARDER or something.
This is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, that's why I love SNL so much because like Alec Baldwin impersonates him so good. I love it. Oh my god. He gets it down to a T. I love it. Like fucking Alec Baldwin, that genius. That genius. But no, while we were on the topic of Thank You Next, what I wanted to say was there was this video that was going to, I wouldn't say huge, massive viral video, but it got kind of a lot of negative flack for it. Because it was a quote, it was a tweet that some dude thought he was funny to fucking record himself in the shower singing Thank You Next over the top all and like he brought a book in the shower with him for some reason and he throws it like the caption of the tweet was like when you're a manly man or something like that and you refuse to you say that Thank You Next is trash but you secretly sing it like with your heart out or whatever.
Whatever that is funny, like maybe one-on-one with like your friends or like a group and like just seeing it live might be kind of funny because you're being so over the top, but for social media that's a different fucking game. Like
it was fucking
it's
cringy.
So cringy. Yeah,
it was it wasn't funny. Like there was a lot of people, like I don't think anybody legitimately found it funny because all the comments about it, people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I loved all the reactions to it because people were like,
you're fucking weird.
But you know, like if we were hanging out and you did that or Dwayne did or something like that, right? And be like, I know you, and like, oh, this guy's wilding right now. Like that's just insane. Like, what is he doing? That's fucking funny. But on social media, you don't get that I don't know you. This is not funny. Yeah, it's cringy.
It's fucking stupid.
It's too much over the top.
I just like, but that's the thing. And like, Dwayne, I'm pretty sure you've seen it where like manly men pretended like, or go over the top with female songs, trying to invoke a reaction. There was a guy that got famous from Vine for literally like he would have his earpod, like he would have his headphones in.
I know what you're talking about.
And that Asian guy. Oh. And he would go out in public and like he would sing like bees in the trap, bees in the trap,
too, bees in the trap, value.
bees and but look at the people like the reactions of people getting like people walking in the middle of us.
Funny. That guy's funny.
You're part of the problem, Teach.
That guy was funny.
Because, he does it in a fucking Starbucks. He does it in a fucking business office, and people are like... Yeah. Because that is fucking stupid. If somebody were to do that at my job, like, putting on Cardi B and being stupid, I'd be like, the fuck's your problem? Like, go home. Like, you fucking weirdo. Like, it's not funny.
Watching that guy, though... I always thought it was funny because I always related to the people around where I'm like, I would be that guy just looking like, the fuck? And that's what's funny, though. Like, you're in a third perspective there. The wall, there's a wall there. You're seeing it, different perspective on social media. It's a different ballgame.
Watching him bother people is funny?
Okay. It's funny because it's outrageous, right? But he's not really, like, doing anything.
It's not outrageous. It's dumb.
It is outrageous. It's outrageous in the sense that, like, what the fuck is he doing? Now, there's another sense, though, that it's bred into. Like, I think he was funny, but even now, it's done. Like, it was funny at the time.
No, that dude still does it.
Yeah, okay, it's not funny anymore. Like, it's old. To me, it's old. That was funny then. Put a few out there. Now it's done. It's over. There's this new guy, though, and his name, I think, is Darnay Scott. I think that's who I have here. Let us know if I'm this is the wrong guy. But he goes in. Have you seen him?
Mm-mm.
So he goes in.
It just sounds like the way you describe it, it just sounds like every YouTube prankster.
He goes in. It's not like singing outrageous. It's not like a shot. Because there's that other white guy that, kind of big white guy that goes in
like
and.
British dude.
British guy, yeah.
Okay.
That does the same thing. And, like, it's just kind of funny because everyone else gets kind of a kick out of it. Because he's not really doing too much. Like, it's not aggressive or it's not... like Maleficent in the sense, right? Mm-hmm. Where this guy goes and literally fucks with people, like talks shit to him, like ugly, like he's just ugly to random people at at a coffee, at a Starbucks or something, and they have to get the manager and like everyone's just trying to throw him out because everyone is hating him. Like
that
get
dude,
the what
that cracks me up though.
Okay. See, I don't think that's funny. I think that's cringy as shit, and that's just like mean spirited. Like, what's the point?
I mean, he's an asshole and he just like talks shit to people. And like I will say that like no I think he does like take it like too far to a degree like in disturbing the peace like dude just like because he'll go sit at random people's table while they're eating
right
and then he'll just like start talking shit to them
and then make them the bad guy in his video
and he'll make them out to be like the bad guy or whatever.
I would fucking kick his ass if some dude came up to like if I was enjoying a meal by myself and some dude was like
here's the thing
fuck
is that
you
if
I would
you did
kick the
his
shit out of him.
video would go viral for you being the asshole to kick his ass.
And I don't care. It was like this dude had no right to come up up to me, I was like, he can
But
spin
he
it however.
would benefit from it. Like
I don't give a fuck about that. Like, don't fuck
like
with me.
you're helping him though. That's the thing. That's what's shitty is that they're actually helping him be normal fucking reactions to it. I hate that. Like
That's
it bugs me.
that's
to
just like
fuck.
those fucking fucking YouTube pranksters, man. That don't like do that, talk shit to people, but like fucking what is it, those stupid social experiment things, like they'll be like they'll go up to a girl and be all like, hey, like, you know, what's up? Like, they'll be like, they're dressed kind of like normal and they're like, hey, trying to flirt with them. The girls are all like, get away. And so then, like, they go up to a Maserati or something, or like, and like getting into a fancy car.
I don't buy them.
And then the girls,
I think they are too, but I fucking hate it.
and the girls walk up like, oh, hey.
pretentious as
I don't-
fuck.
yeah.
Like,
But then, like, when the girls walk up and then show them a time today, no, you fucking gold digger, you fucking bitch, and they're all
Yeah.
fucking, I'm like,
To me, what's cringy about that is that I think they're fake. First of all, I think they're all. I don't believe.
no, yeah,
that-
no, they rent the cars
I
for
don't.
their
No,
videos.
I don't believe. I think that the
Like the
girls.
whole
did
scenario.
Oh, okay,
I think
like
that
it's
the
all
girls did,
staged.
and I think that they're pandering to that experience that guys want of being able to tell off a hot girl that doesn't like them, and that's what cringy is like. How much do we really need to get off on that we need to see it that much, and people like this video so much? It's like, I don't even think it's real. You can almost kind of tell how fucking fake that is. 'Cause-
yeah, I don't fucking like that shit. That shit's
Yeah.
super
It's
annoying.
just, like, I don't know, there's so
I do
so
like
much...
when they do it to like car dealerships
shit, my
though.
bad.
Like there's this like chubby Asian dude or whatever. He's dressed like super bummy, and he goes to like a Porsche dealership or whatever, and he's like trying to like it's just an exotic dealership. They got
It's like a
Rolls
Pretty Woman
Royces.
scenario.
Yeah, and he's in there like, oh, I want to get a car, and they're just like,
Big mistake.
none of the salesmen want to talk to him, and he's like, oh, like how much is this? Was it fast? Blah blah blah, and like nobody's giving him the time of day. And this dude's like actually fucking loaded. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like just because he's like dressed a certain way, like
Yeah.
they don't want to talk to him. And it's like, oh, I like those because dealerships do that. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah,
they
they
do that. And
literally-
it's like you shouldn't have to dress up to show your wealth to go to a dealership to get
Right.
attention. They should just be salesmen because that's what your fucking job is, to be
Exactly.
a salesman. And if there's nobody else there buying a car, what do you have to lose from talking to this
Right.
guy? You know what I mean? Like, what do you have to...
Hone your
And
craft.
like, and it was funny because like he goes in there and he's like, oh, I'm like looking at this and like, oh, can we test drive
Maybe you can
it?
sell him a keychain.
And they're like,
right?
no, we don't have. He's like, I can't get the keys, and he's like, but you're a salesman and you can't get the keys, and he's like, no, the manager's on lunch and he's the only one that can unlock the keys, and he's like, but I
Big
want,
mistake.
but I want to buy
Big.
this, and they're just like kind of shrugging him off, whatever. They won't even give him details about the car, like features or how much horsepower it has
There's
or
being
anything.
dicks.
And so he like gets on an app, you know what I mean, and basically like orders a Porsche to come pick him up, and then he just buys that one, you know what I mean? And then the salesmen are like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute, we have a Porsche here, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
those are kind of funny, but I don't think like the whole like gold digger thing is funny at all. Like, I think it's just really fucking douchey.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
A lot of these types of fucking videos that get made nowadays, I just don't find funny. I don't find, like, there's this fucking couple that goes on like Twitter and Facebook and stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, where like, the one that kind of got off was when the dude was he was doing the Kiki, do you love, like he was doing it in his apartment or whatever, and the chick was like, who the fuck is Kiki? Why the fuck do you care if Kiki? Do you love me? What's wrong with me? And like the chick is going off or whatever, and he's like, babe, it's just a song, and like he acts all
Oh,
fucking,
yeah, that guy.
and then there's all, and
I know
like
what
they
you're
have
talking
the same video like where his phone is coincidentally
Oh,
hooked
he
up
goes
to the
to the
TV,
bathroom? Oh,
and he's
yeah,
liking
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's liking girls' pictures with butts, and it's just like, it's too fast to be realistic. She's like, what the fuck? You think I'm fucking stupid? You think I can't see this shit? And he's like, babe, what are you? It's just a picture. And he plays all, I was like, it's fucking, I don't know what people find funny about that shit. I just don't. I don't know. A lot of the
No,
shit
I don't get- yeah.
that these types of videos come out, I
that
just
one
don't
to
find
me
what's
even
funny.
panders more to the female aspect of just catching guy, right? That's like a fantasy for women. Like,
Oh, yeah.
relationships, just to like catch a guy.
Catch him
like,
slipping up in some way, shape, or form.
Mrs. Teaches told me to where she'll like something will go like the scenario is like it's not even giving, but she just is like, I don't know why I was just like getting myself hyped. Like, what if, right? Where what am I gonna do in this situation? Girls just have that in them. So then to see it play out is just like satisfying. So that's shitty that it's so like widespread. You know, that's acceptable or whatever.
People
One
are
to
just
see.
morons nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
I was
interesting.
like,
I think
people,
I think we've been stupid for a long time, actually. Mm-hmm. And just you see it more on social media.
we're stupid woke.
Yeah, we're stupid woke.
Stupid woke.
Oh, woke. Speaking of woke.
See, I gotta help you with these transitions, man.
Speaking of woke, Jane Smith. Okay, Jane Smith. I like the guy. I think he's funny. Like, you know, he's young. I remember him like little. What is that movie he was in? Karate Kid.
Kid.
You know, cute kid. Now he's like, you know, his fucking dad is Will Smith. His mom is Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, of course you're gonna be like off. You're gonna be a little off. Like,
He's
you know?
weird, man.
He's weird.
He's fucking
in
weird.
a cool way. I think it's a cool way. The only thing is that I think he gets more props than needed. Like, so he came out with some kind of video about him saying that the education system conditions black youth for prison, right? And so now, you know, Twitter, Instagram, everyone's like, Jaden Smith woke as fuck. This little,
Okay,
so
yeah.
much to learn from this little kid. How, you know, the way he sees the world is so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, first of all, he's just a rich, weird kid. Like, and some of the shit is kind of interesting, but it's usually kind of just like, what the fuck is Jaden Smith doing? It's crazy. And also that narrative of the elementary school or just education system conditioning kids and marginalized kids to be in institutions, that's old. That's an old thing.
Yeah.
And it's a myth. It's just a myth. And the thing is that it's true in the sense that educators reuse a lot of the same tactics that you have to use for a prison, right? The rules, the zero tolerance type of stuff, right? Like everyone gets punished for one person, blah blah blah. But there's no correlation. It's not because you're conditioning for prison. It's just that when you have an institution of a bunch of different people and, you know, personalities, you have to go by this. That's the only way it works. As of now, that's how we know it. It's the best way to do it. There's no correlation of conditioning. Everyone gets conditioned the same way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not just marginalized kids either. Although studies might show that, and that's just because we're so diverse in America right now. But, you know, yeah.
I just think, word to Jack Nicholson, The Departed, people are a
great
product.
fucking movie.
Yeah, people are a product of their environment.
Yeah.
People are a product of their environment. Because, and then you have those, you know, you always have those stories where, you know, it's like people live in the ghetto and they become like the first college student or like the first
Right.
graduate or whatever, like out of their family and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's really great for your family and stuff, but, you know, it's like, I don't know, like I just don't feel like it should be praised as much as it should be. It's like, I was like, you did it. You worked hard for it.
Right.
You did it. It's
Right.
like, there you go. You broke the stigma.
Yeah.
But people are breaking the stigma so much now that it's not so much like...
Well, because it's very
Yay.
doable, actually.
It is. It's very doable.
Yeah.
It's very doable. So I'm just like, I don't know. So it's like with that, saying that people, you know, get conditioned or whatever for their school conditions, I don't believe it. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
what they're
buy
saying
into
is that
that.
the education system uses harsh tactics to keep, like, the masses in line so that they will, when they're institutionalized in a prison, they know how to act.
Man.
But it's not, it's really more that this is how you learn how to learn and be in a society with a bunch of different people. And then when you fuck up, and then you get to go out and be in the world and be a person as part of society. And then when you fuck up, you got to go back to the basics in prison.
Right.
That's what happens. You know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
it's teaching you how to be...
Yeah.
It's like, just because it's fresh in my mind, when I bought a cool Christmas sweater at Target a couple weeks ago. We went to a Christmas party for Leslie's sorority, and we went to Target, and I found because we're drinking out of Game of Thrones glasses, I bought a really nice Game of Thrones Christmas sweater, badass. Anyway, so we're there shopping, and you know we're there at the front of the line, and fucking the asset protection people, they bust these two Mexican, like a couple or whatever, some little short little cholo scrawny little piece of shit, and this like little chola chick. They busted them. They were stealing stuff in their little baby car seat thing that they had on the little carrier thing. Fucking, and they were just causing a big old scene. She's, you know, they're trying to take her into their little asset protection room to, you know, wait for the cops and everything to show up. This dude's all trying to fight these big ass fucking bodybuilder dudes. Fucking, let her go, bitch. And I'm just like,
God.
dude, what the hell? And they're just
touch her wee.
Yeah, dude,
Don't touch her wee.
you know, this is what he
I
said.
know what he won.
This is what he fucking said. Swear to God. He goes, hey, bitch, get your hands off of my bitch. And I'm like...
Which one should I do?
I was just like, yeah, way to stick up for your woman, the mother of your
Maybe he was
child.
telling his girlfriend to calm down and to quit fighting the police.
Hey, bitch. Fucking,
Those
but
are
no,
my bitches.
he had a little man bun with a blonde streak in it. He had a man purse. He had a knockoff Gucci belt. And I was just like, this kid just works. But it's just like, you know, I guarantee you, him and this little bitch acted like that in high school and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm just like, no. I was like, because school is just a dead art on some people. It's like, I was like, it doesn't matter how you teach them. People are going to be the way that they're going to be because that's probably what they used to seeing their parents did.
It makes me think of like Mrs. Teach too. She would be like, you know, she'd have a student that was difficult, blah blah blah, and she'd tell the parents like, I cannot get, your student will not focus. He's always, you know, getting up. He will not follow directions, blah blah blah. And they go, it can't be true. Not my kid, because when he's at home, he's so quiet and does, you know, I never have problems with him. You know, when I let him play Xbox all day on Saturday, I never hear a peep. And she's like, yeah, we don't play Xbox all day here. Like, you have to like do like, you know, math and reading and science and like you have to do stuff, and he won't participate because I guess it sounds like all he has to do is play video games with you, and he's not wanting to do that, and you don't instill that in him. And they fight, and the parent doesn't like get that. They're like, well, just let them do what they want to do. It's like, yeah, that's not school. Like,
right. No,
it's a dead art, right? Like, that's not school. That's not how you
people are just like, they're taught to just be very reactive. You know what I mean? Like to, you know, do whatever gets a reaction, and that's not good. You know what I mean? Like if a kid's like, if a student like, or even like, you know, back to like the cholo guy, you know, like he probably acted like that in high school, and it's like, well, that gets a rise out of people. You know what I mean? And it gets his way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure back when he was a kid in high school, acting like that, being a fucking tough guy, talking all this shit, you know, probably got people to back down, probably got some of his peers to respect him in a certain sense. And the kid not paying attention in school, walking around, doing all that other shit, like, gets him away from not doing what he's supposed to do.
Oh, sure.
Like,
and what happens at home is that the parents go, here's stimulation with this
play
Xbox, this
stop
iPod,
fucking around,
and
you know
leave me
what I mean?
alone. Yeah.
Fucking, I did a Fortnite dance right now because I was like, all fucking
like,
little twerps play it.
Like, and that's rewarded. Like too often, and it's the entire concept of social media. You know what I mean? Like, post something and then get a lot of likes, and then, you know, or post like a really good selfie and get a lot of likes and comments.
Instant
and
gratification.
shares.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Instant
you know what I mean? Like,
Which, by the way, none of you guys like my new profile picture, by the way, and I'm very mad at you guys. I'm just kidding.
I probably haven't, because I'm not really on Facebook all that much, honestly.
Well, geez, Dwayne, delete. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to not be on it. So honestly, it pisses me off, and it kind of stresses me out on it. Like, you know what I mean? Because every time I get on Facebook, I'll see like funny video, cool car shit, and then like the world's trash, the world's trash, the world's trash, the world's trash, the world's trash. Oh, this is kind of nice. World's trash, world's trash, world's trash. Yeah. Trump did this, racist. You know, trans fucking tranny clause, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, I can't handle this, dude. I fucking can't handle it. Like, I can't. It fucking stresses me out, dude. Stresses me out. I don't want to worry about
Santa
balls, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to worry about if he has balls or not. Like,
tranny clause.
I don't know. I just don't like it. And,
oh my god.
That should be the name of the episode.
It probably will.
It upsets me.
Tranny clause, no, then our video will probably get taken fucking down.
And I'm tired of like looking at social media and like being upset for no fucking reason, and none of this has anything to do with me, nor does it play a major role in my day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna make my day better. It's not gonna make me a better person. It's not gonna get me better work.
That's debatable.
Or anything.
It's
you know
debatable.
What I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Social media making you a better person?
Yeah. I think and I'm not saying that Weezy's like opting out or anything, like, or that he's missing out, because I think that aspect is valid too, though, to step away from it too, to get more clarity. But also, I think it's just, we're in a time right now where social media, we don't really get the effect yet. It's so new. It's so fucking new. You know what I mean? Like, social media didn't become a thing till we were, MySpace was back in, we were like in middle school, right? Like, that was like, MySpace was the big... Yeah. David doesn't even know MySpace. He wasn't
grade
even...
for me. I think it was like 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, it was like 7th, 8th grade for me, MySpace, right? Social media. You know, our parents had no concept of, you know, pictures. They were saying how, like, pictures... There's that a Netflix called American Meme. It's a good little documentary. But, you know, back in the day, pictures were very, very private. You know, your Theo or your Thea took pictures on the camera, the little candid, you know, and you're just like, you know, you don't, they're always like catching you by surprise, or you're just kind of like doing something goofy because, you know it's going to go in the scrapbook that your family's going to look at forever. But nowadays, any type of picture, everyone goes who's all gonna your mind automatically goes, how does this look on social media? Pictures have totally changed. It's like, how does it look? What am I doing? What's in the frame? Does this look flattering? Is it, it's gonna go on social media. So, well, I'm just, in general, a lot of people, that's the mindset. And so the aspect of being a better person, though, so much information's being passed. It's a good thing in one sense because we're seeing things before that we never saw, right? Dave Chappelle was watching that this morning. If you have me on Snapchat, that
all night long,
every time, never fails.
You can't let it die, Bridget.
He said that since high school, by the way.
Really?
Legit said that since high school.
Dwayne's been blowing O's with his vape, and so every time he blows that, Teach just fucking bloop bloop like
fingers.
You gotta
finger the
can't die a virgin. He's literally been saying that since high school.
That's fucking hilarious.
Every time I blow smoke ring, can't die a virgin.
Yeah.
Continue.
So there's this sense of social media, all the information, I think is what I was saying, is that, like Dave Chappelle was saying, I was watching Dave Chappelle this morning, great fucking set, Killing Me Softly, fucking gold. And he goes, black people have been being beat by cops forever, and we always knew it. He goes, black people, we always knew that. And just now that you see it on TV, white people are like, my God, they've been beating niggers for, the past excuse my N-word. That was quote, right, quote unquote, Dave Chappelle. And so, like, social media is that aspect now. Like, we're seeing so much things that are just brought to light. So you can be a good person in one sense. On the flip side, though, people go way too much. It becomes like cry porn, like, oh, I'm Louis C.K., another fucking comedian, who's like, you see someone drive, broke down the road and you go, I should stop and help them. But you drive by and you go, I mean, I'm not, but God, I'm such a good person for thinking about stopping.
Thinking that I should do that.
I'm such a sweet man. I would have helped him, but I'm not because I'm busy, right?
I actually do that.
I do that all the time.
I was like, I always help. Like,
I love Louis C.K., even though...
I don't. I don't. If somebody's pulled...
Oh, you don't think about it?
No.
Yeah.
No,
just,
not really.
I mean, that's not a bad thing either. It's just that there's that aspect on social media that you see that, though, too, where you're like, oh, I feel such a way about this. I feel better about myself. And that's not helpful, right? But at the same time, being aware of it could be helpful. So it's just, we don't know where it is. So that's my plight on social media. It could be helpful in a sense, but also it is detrimental in other senses that it feeds your ego.
I think people just don't know how to handle that much information so quickly. You know what I mean? Your mood can go from 0 to 100 in the span of like 2 minutes of scrolling. You could see some super sad shit, and then you could see some really happy shit, and then you could see some really funny shit, and then you could see some inspirational shit, all in like a 5-minute period, and go through all the human emotions at once, all the fucking time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's too much. That is sensory overload. Like,
oh yeah,
how, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so erratic. Like, you could watch like some kids burning a fucking turtle or some shit, and then watch like some like handicapped kid that learns how to walk, or some deaf kid that gets his hearing back. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
oh, like those baby videos.
How do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, now how do you feel? Like, as an individual, when you see all of that so quickly, so fast. And that's just one social media platform.
Right.
You have Snapchat, you have Instagram, you know what I mean? Like, you have Twitter, you have YouTube, all this fucking shit that you just, like, you know what I mean? You can almost pick and choose how you want to feel that day, to a degree. And I think it's too much. People aren't prepared to handle that because the world has never been like that. Information has never been so free. Like, there's never been a time when you could access everything at any given point in time.
That's why I think social media should only be people for our age. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, we grew up through the changes, we kind of learned that social media etiquette. We learned how to control what we see. Pick and choose what you want to follow. If you don't want to see a certain type of shit, don't follow that certain type of shit. Yeah. If somebody's posting that, but it's like what you're saying, I agree to with what you're saying, because it's like, a lot of young people are having social medias nowadays. You know what I mean?
Have you seen those?
Well, and they wonder why everybody has fucking anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the exact comment I was just about to make.
You're going to have anxiety because you felt everything.
It's like, look at all the, like, that's what it's kind of building up to a lot of these mental.
Or you don't know how to feel. Or you feel too much, or you turn it
you're
off.
desensitized.
Yeah. Or you feel nothing. You know what I mean? At that point.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, but no, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's what's contributed to so much about stress, you know, and fucking insecurities and everything is all social media, all the fucking internet.
Well, you know, I've always had this plight on, so like the older generation, like our parents and above, right? Where I'm always like, you gotta give them like their just due because we'll be old at one point, and like the kids at this age will be the same scenario. But only if they come next to me. Yeah, David, get them.
I did it.
Good.
I'm learning.
Makes me feel better.
People divergence. It happens. So.
Yeah, well, you gotta do your part.
I'm not the reason for it.
So have you seen the Mark Zuckerberg and like the Google CEO being like in the Senate, them asking questions, right? And like they just don't get it, right? Like,
and Mark Zuckerberg's like, well,
they just don't get it. They're just like, does this phone tell you where I'm moving next to him? They're like, Google doesn't work that way. Like, yes, if you want to move that way, Google will track you and take you there, but we're not watching this happen. But the old people are like, I don't believe that. I think it's all being stored in the cloud. That cloud up there, it has every movement I'm making, and every person in the world is like, it doesn't work that way, old man. Like, right? So, in a sense, for me, it's changed seeing those videos because I'm like, the generation before us, like you said, like us, our generation really, and over, and you know, even the Xennials, the older millennials, like my sister, like 30 in their early 30s right now, don't get it either because they were way too young, or older when they were a little bit too old when it started, right? Mm-hmm. Social media. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. The older people, like getting them out of like the place of government and the place of power, it's like it really will change when we really take those spots because we really get it. And no matter, I think when we're older and the younger generation, it's going to be new stuff, but the technology is not going to be as exponential as it has been recently.
Right.
Because there's actually a theory too about like nanochips and like stuff like that. Like it only can get so small. It can only get so much faster. Right now, it's been like a toddler, like the internet, like a toddler from 0 to 2 years old, 5 years old. A child grows like crazy, right? But once 5 and like it kind of plateaus, right? Once you get like 20 years old, you don't even grow that much. You know, your height doesn't grow that much. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. The internet's the same way. Like it's gonna plateau. Like there's only so much we can do. We're already in virtual reality
until the machines become aware.
You know, other than that shit. But in that context, in that sense. You know what I'm talking about, man. I was telling, so I was off all day, so I was smoking a little bit today, and like when I invited you over, right, I totally forgot that I invited you. So when you called, I was like, oh fuck, I invited Dwayne.
Wow,
he had a piece of shit. I was just like, okay.
When I saw Dwayne, I was like, oh fuck, that's right. I completely forgot. Like I wasn't even expecting.
I got a jerk of the week. Can we go back to that segment?
Right?
No, actually, we are going to go back to that segment because I just totally forgot that fucking.
Wait for it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You're the jerk of the week.
Again,
yeah.
You're a jerk and
it's still your week.
Again.
Update yourself.
Again.
Like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week.
Still this
Again.
week.
You're the jerk of the week.
One more time. Times 2.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did have one more jerk. So actually I had 2.5 jerks. We're not on iTunes and Google Music anymore. Like I was saying, it's not super bad, but I did it to kind of protect us, even though we don't have any personal information out there. Uh-huh. Someone's hacking our podcast.com account.
Oh, really?
Someone's changing our profile picture, our image.
What?
Someone's changing our logo.
We hit it big, y'all.
For real, right? Fuck these guys. Get him off! The smokes. Fucking... Yeah, so I went on to iTunes, or I looked up, because I have my other show, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and, I was showing, my buddy, like, what it looks like on iTunes and stuff, and I looked up Who Cares, and I was like, wait, I can't find Who Cares, because I couldn't find the logo on iTunes. On iTunes. And so I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, this is very weird, and I kept searching out. I was typing David Clare, I was typing Who Cares with David Clare and Teach, and I was getting results, but I wasn't getting the picture. I was like, fuck. So when I finally paid attention, I was like, wait, this is our show. Somebody changed it to two teenagers throwing up like the deuce symbol, and it said like something like pop culture hits and cultures with a K, and I was
God,
like,
way better title,
right? And I was
Damn
like,
it. Culture doesn't start with a K, you fucking idiots.
right? And I was just
Hacker
like,
scum.
I was like, what the hell? And it had like this vaporware or vaporwave type like
wow,
background.
David, you go and buy a vape and now you let everyone hack us from your
For
vape
real,
friends?
right? Fucking like,
Wow.
alright, man, what's going on?
Wow.
Wow. So I was just like, what the fuck? And then so I was like, did it change on Google? And I went on to Google Music, and it was something that said Fourth and Inches, the Miami Dolphins podcast. And I was like, what? I was like, how is our show getting two different profile pictures if we only have one logo on podcast.com? Because I'm pretty sure we've discussed, in order for us to be on iTunes or Google Music, we have to have a RSS URL. Mm-hmm. And the iTunes and Google Music will pull off of that RSS URL. Whatever we have on that, it will transpire over to the other two platforms. So I was like, what the fuck? So I went on to podcast.com after we recorded our episode, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was trying to save the image. Like, I would upload it, and I'd be like, okay. And so I was like, okay, I have to wait a day because it takes 24 hours for it to update. And then it was something else. Like, who cares? Like, on iTunes, it wasn't the picture of the kids anymore. It was a picture of a cigarette. And I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And then, like, Google Music didn't change at all. It stayed that stupid Fourth and Inches, the Miami Dolphins podcast. And I was like, what the hell? And I went back, and then the podcast.com was a different thing. I forgot what it was, but it was something stupid. Not even the cigarette or the stupid Fourth and Inches. So I saved it again. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then waited 24 hours. Then it was back to the stupid two kids.
So it was like a bot or something?
I have no idea.
But whoever thought we were that influential, you made our day.
Right, thank
It's
you.
still pretty,
yeah.
but
So I was
it doesn't
like,
really matter.
So I was like,
No
you know
listens.
what? Yeah, I was like, everybody listens on YouTube. They don't even go to iTunes. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this website. I'm just attacking it everywhere. I'm just
You're too
wiggling.
aggressive with it.
I'm sorry.
Way too aggressive.
So I was like,
you gotta let it like mature. That's like a 15-year-old there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's not even
Hey.
age. That's not even of age yet.
sorry. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm deleting the podcast.com. I was like, I was like, besides, you guys mostly listen to it on YouTube and whatchamacallit, YouTube and just YouTube. So, I think that, I don't see you guys going from YouTube and it's like, oh, now it's on iTunes. And then
Breezy,
re-listening.
if you could at least just play it and you could walk away just so we get the
can do
listen. Okay.
Right, thank you, please. We just need
Give us a like
fans.
and just let it play.
Yeah, for real, just in the background, just mute it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give us we accept empty views.
Absolutely.
I'll let it play while I'm playing games.
Absolutely.
Just let it run in the back.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, but no, I'll look into getting something new.
So how does that
getting
work?
it
So
on.
how do we rebuild?
Yeah, with that, because with Can't Stop Won't Stop, we have it on Buzzsprout, and Buzzsprout is what's giving us the RSS.
We used to have Buzzsprout, but that ran out.
But it didn't run out. We didn't get to do anything because it only gives you an hour a month.
Oh yeah.
And then our episodes are over an hour long.
How long are your episodes for?
But those are ranging from like 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh okay.
Yeah, so we have the $12 a month where you could post 2 hours of content, and it's saying like, you have all this content. Like, we get all these reminders like, are you wanting to post anything? And it's like, shit, sorry, our show is so short. It's like, Jesus Christ. But it's like, but I'll find something that can fit that, because if I wanted to do Buzzsprout for Who Cares, it would be like $60 a month.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I was just like, for all the content we got.
No.
Because then it would be like, I would have to go and update every single episode that we have. And then if that was doing that, then I'd be behind on posting old content and new content. So I was just like, I'll find something to get Who Cares back on iTunes and Google Music. So, but like I said, people listen to YouTube anyway. So,
Yeah.
So it's
I like Google Music, to be honest.
So you listen to the show on Google Music? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm always behind.
Mm-hmm.
Is the problem, you know?
Plus, I'm always behind on getting it up, like downloading it from YouTube and posting it to the podcast. So, like I said, we'll get something new. So don't you fret, guys. So just keep listening on YouTube.
Should we take another break? Or...
Well, I really didn't have a.
Wait,
Any
okay,
other-
hold on. I had...
Let's see, what was some quick hits?
So we talked about the guy. We talked about Jaden.
Talking about Santa Claus.
Training Claus.
Triggered.
Miss USA's racist video. I don't really care about that anymore.
Yeah, I was like, Miss USA made some comment. Miss Cambodia doesn't speak English. Ha
Yeah,
ha.
to me,
Yeah, well,
that
no
was
shit. She's from Cambodia, so
right. they made it out to be like she was making fun of her for not speaking English, but I don't know, the Cambodian could have been saying the same shit. We don't know because they don't speak Cambodian.
Right.
She could have been like, "This bitch keeps thinking I'm speaking English. What a dumb cunt!" Like Americans. I just smile at her and she goes with it. The glitter bomb, that was dope.
Yeah.
If you steal Amazon gifts, like fuck
If you steal
you.
any type of package, man.
Quit listening. Go fuck yourself. That's like the
that's
worst.
the dumbest thing in the world.
Thieves are like the fucking lowest of the low. Like they're lower
Scum.
than insects. Like
Scum.
I hate cockroaches, and you're worse than a cockroach.
I would rather have a pet cockroach than be associated with the package
Yes. Yes.
And that's saying a lot.
Ninth Ring of Hell is reserved
Yeah.
for
That's the
betrayers,
coldest ring out.
mutinies, and Amazon package thieves.
And, yeah, that's right.
Um,
And Captain Jack said that. So
yeah,
Captain Jack.
you can quote that for sure.
Yeah, but so yeah, there. And if you haven't heard, we might post this on the website, the video of it.
Yeah, man.
First of all, I had a thing with my phone when I try to post things on our page on my phone. It says my name.
Really?
Post to the page.
Well, it doesn't say that on the public thing. It'll show it between you and me, like who posted it, but it won't show to our viewers.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because when I go to it, well, we'll talk about it later.
he was like, do you like us on
Well-
Facebook?
I'm pretty sure.
It's like if you look at the page like on Facebook, it doesn't show.
So
you.
I've seen like where we post stuff and it'll say posted by David, posted by Teach, but it still has our logo. But on my phone, I did it one time.
You remember if you're talking about liking,
No,
something.
it was. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
It gets technical. It's just on my phone. On the iPad, it doesn't do it. On a computer, it doesn't do it.
Look up. Who cares? Yeah. That's But anyway.
Anyways, we'll post it. But anyways, this guy pretty much he set up this badass rig of like.
Yeah. See, it doesn't show anything.
No, I know, but I did that on my iPad. So like. Okay, look, hold on.
We're going to settle this right now.
Okay, time out.
All right, we're back.
Oh fuck, we're back.
We're back. I don't know. I just
I
turned it.
wasn't ready.
Oh, sorry. We're still getting dressed. Did you finish cleaning up all the cum off the table?
Yeah. it's
Okay,
good.
cool.
Got the camera.
I just didn't want put my phone on the cum.
Yep.
So we had a gay orgy. If you missed out, coming everywhere. Dwayne and Teach started getting undressed, and I just came in my pants immediately.
I got a loose spread too, so it's just.
Dwayne's been drinking a lot, so we've been having golden showers. You know, so he's been shaking in his boots all night. You know, oh Jesus Christ. No, we were just had a whole life lesson about crybabies on the internet out there, but no, I mean we covered a lot. I mean we got a lot of content in.
Yeah. We can't tell how long the thing is now because we don't trust David's phone. So
Yeah, I was like, so it's all in
like
it's all in audio spurts. So it's like, oh shit. But
our
no.
transitions are me for shit.
Well, no, it's like, you know, because I pause and I know how to edit this shit.
Okay, dope.
Hey,
What's up, hey?
yeah, man. I'll get the fool from Target to run up on you, Holmes, dude. If he's not in jail.
Tell me why I went to the South Side today to buy some pot, and I grew up there too. But even now and then, I'm like, God damn, this fucking shit. They got fucking cholos riding on bikes. I'm like, God damn it, like. And they're looking at you. They're like, who's this fucking Hyundai driving?
Like I'm the weird one for being in a car. You're a grown ass man on a bike, bro.
Yeah,
Worst
exactly.
plug ever. It's not like the music videos at all. You know, they're not cruising around in Bentleys and Rolls Royces.
No.
Fucking. This isn't SPM times anymore.
You got a stolen fucking Huffy and like a dime bag in their back pocket.
No, man, these cholos need to catch up to the times. They need to start rolling around the bird scooters, man.
Oh.
Fucking hot wire one of them.
At least before they had like the custom ones with like the extendo twisted
Chains.
handlebars. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Babyface.
Cart, the
fucking
playing
Joker,
card.
Joker
Yeah,
wheel.
the Joker playing card and the wheels. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
That's fucking hilarious.
Hot fire.
Fucking, I don't know, but meow. I mean, we got a lot of content in, man. This is
Did you say meow?
I said man.
Oh. Right, meow.
The last one is the one that kills me in that movie. He's like, "You're one shy, bro," and he's just like, just walks off. Like that didn't happen.
That the other day.
Have you seen part 2?
No, is it good? I
It
don't
has
like
its
to
moments.
kill
It's
it.
not as good as like.
It
was like just a
the
cash
first one.
grab.
Yeah, for sure.
It really
but there's
should,
like
man.
there's a couple moments. There's some moments in it that are like, oh my god, this is going.
Man. I need to see it.
Have you seen the Slam and Salmon? That's just funny. It's a lot of the same actors from Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Where they're have you seen it, Slam and Salmon?
Never heard
oh my
of it.
god! Oh my god! I can't believe you haven't seen it. They're just like they're waiters, and the guy who died from the Green Mile, the black guy.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, he's the owner, but he's like an ex-boxer, and he's just like insane and crazy. And they have to make like $10,000 for the night so he can pay off his debt or whatever. And it's funny. You should watch it if you get the chance. Slam and Salmon. It's
I
fucking
love those
funny.
guys. They're funny as shit.
Yeah, it's got the same. The Indian guy from he's in Beer Fest and in Super Troopers.
Ram.
Yeah, his name is Mongo. Like he has like a split personality when he doesn't take his medicine. It's fucking funny. You just need to watch
It's
it.
true.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to explain Clerks too.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
kinda-
I'm
it's
doing
like-
a horrible job of it, but it's fucking
Speaking
funny.
of movies, have any of you guys seen the new Spider-Man?
No, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's so good.
Is it the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I listened to
Into the
that
Spider-Verse.
soundtrack and it was dope.
That movie is fucking amazing.
The soundtrack was really good. Lil
It's
Wayne's
so
on
good.
it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Fucking John Mulaney as Spider-Ham or whatever his name is.
Dude, Nicolas Cage is Spider Noir, dude. Spider-Man
What the
Noir.
fuck?
Yeah, there's like a alternate version of Spider-Man where it's like 1930s, 1940s, like sleuth Spider-Man. It's all black and white. And Nicolas Cage does the voice for him. And it is amazing. Like, it's like legit. Probably the best movie that came out this year.
Wow.
Like, for sure.
Ooh.
I have to check it out.
For sure. It's really
That's
good.
a bold move,
I
Cotton.
know, Slam and Salmon.
Man, I stand behind it.
For the decade.
Go watch
is all
it.
I'm
Oh, I
saying.
thought you were about to say I stand Spider-Verse.
No.
Is that a thing?
Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
It's like saying like you stand something as like you're a fan, like you know,
like you stand for yeah.
like
yeah.
you
You're a Spider-Man stan.
I am for this movie.
Okay.
like you'll fucking lock your
Sure.
girlfriend in the trunk and drive it down
Easily.
off the-
Oh, Stan.
you stand,
Oh,
yeah,
like Eminem Stan.
Eminem Stan,
I
yeah.
see. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Like you go
I
nuts
think
for
like a
it.
stand. Like if you stand for something. That's
No,
the
not
thing.
stand.
No,
Duh.
Stan.
Yeah, yeah.
Stand.
Yeah, creepy fan.
Right.
Because I have to this day I have
Can
no
I give
idea.
that a ringtone? That was awesome.
I have no idea what the fuck she says to this day. I just
neither.
when I
Something
sing
about-
along,
A window and raindrops.
I swear if I heard it.
Dito,
You never heard
Dido.
Stan?
No, yeah, of course I've heard
Oh.
I was
Stan.
like-
I'm just saying.
We're playing it right now.
No.
Copyrights be damned.
We are about to play it, but I was just saying, like a stand though. You could be any like if you're a Lil Wayne stan, like you stand for Lil Wayne. Like anytime someone talks shit, you stand for him every time.
I've never heard that before, actually.
Really? Yeah.
No, I just know Stan from Twitter. But yeah, I mean, that's all we got. If you guys are Who Cares stands,
Yeah.
Ba-dum.
Who cares stands? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a thing. That would be a thing. Like you stand for who cares.
I hope you guys don't have a stand. That'd be fucked.
A stand. Yeah, stand's fucked up.
fucking
The guy's weird, man. He's weird
Yeah.
beard.
yo,
Like,
teach
for
why
sure.
I've been writing you ain't you ain't calling. I've been DMing and you ain't responded.
Yeah.
Fucking oh my god. But anyway, so on that note, I am David Clare,
I'm the teach.
Wheezy.
and we
That's all
are
I
out
got.
here.
Yeah.
No, don't do it. No, 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 I'm a virgin. No, 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 no.